Welcome everyone to CRO Asia Season 2. We are back with the very last week we have for the regular season, guys. And my name is Joel Sophie. Joined with me is going to be Kilios for today. And we are here for the very last week of the regular season before we head into playoffs. I'm sure you have been back for a while now. And how do you feel about that?
Second time joining in here. So just filling in where needed. So get to come back in here right before the playoffs kick off. So, see if the meta has changed at all since the last time I was here. See what the updated standings look like. It's just an educational experience for me every time I stop by.
It's like you're in a time capsule before you're in for the second appearance for the CRO Asia, because for the last time around, the meta, you say, was very, very different. But, a couple months later now, it's seemingly a lot different in terms of how the players are approaching this game, and the current meta is at hold. So, you guys saw the release of the new release card with the Electro Dragon. I'm actually very excited about that one. It just got 6 wins on that one just to unlock that one card. So I can now request Ultima Clanmates.
Well, there you go.
I'm sure they'll never give it to me, though.
I mean, every time a new card comes out, you always request it, and then no one wants to give it to you.
No, because they don't have
nobody has enough of them.
So
you're just very greedy. And we're just trying to get by.
I made 2 requests. I made double requests already in the chat room and saying that I need those 10 Electro Dragons.
You're not going to get it.
I'm not going to get it.
We're also not going to be getting that today. We don't have that card, obviously.
I'm not counting my luck on that, to be honest. I don't think anybody would have 5 extra copies of those cards quite yet. So,
not.
I'm sure you guys are enjoying the card as much as we are, because I think it's a very interesting proposition for all of us. But how will the pros use it? That's another question that we're going to be using every time a new card comes out. Anytime we saw the Rascals being kind of the first rendition of CRO Asia when we saw new cards come about, and people have been using it to great effect. So we will see in time, sure, we will see how they do. But here are the standings for right now. Korea, Japan, and Southeast Asia, as you see, heading into the last week of regular season to decide which top team out of each region will make it out to go to playoffs.
All right, now Kingzone going to be the first place there for Korea, but overall you can kind of see not finding as much success as far as the top teams are concerned. 6-7. Then you look at Japan, 10-2 for Ponos Sports, and then Bren Esports 9-4 in their standings. So much more dominance coming out from the Japanese and Southeast Asia regions. But speaking of Bren Esports, we will be seeing them here in the first match as they go up against AHQ Esports, who will repeat versus Chaos Theory, who will then also double down, have a second match to close out the evening versus Kicks.
It's a zigzag type of matchup today. We have Achilles. It is Bren Esports at the top of the table, looking like they want to get the job done. And if they get the win right here over HQ Esports, most likely they will end up at the top, and they will probably make it to playoffs as the best team out of Southeast Asia. But teams like HQ and Chaos Theory, they've been fighting for their position all season long, and being that second, third place right now over Kicks, I think these two teams kind of having a lot of opportunities to really get their hands forward and really say that, today's the last day of Southeast Asia, and we're going to try our best with the 2 matches that we have. That's going to be Chaos Theory and HQ thinking on that kind of direction to see if they can get their hopes to get into playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have a lot of upsets here today if they're going to try to overtake, get that first place spot. But given the standings, the history, and just how dominant the dominance that we've been seeing from Bren Esports especially, don't think that that's going to happen, but stranger things have occurred. You made it to 4,600 in this game, so anything is possible if you can make it that high.
I would like to kind of put it out there, but 45.97 was actually my highest. I peaked it yesterday.
You told me 46.
I said I basically reached 4.6, but I could not get that new emblem. That's just a sad feeling altogether.
You're a liar. You're a dirty liar.
3 points away. I'm 3 points away from not being a liar, but yes, I am.
We don't round up in this game, Joel. It's an exact science.
Oh, no.
There's no rounding up.
I thought we did round up.
Go straight to where straight to the number. I need to know the exact number of trophies.
Hey, man, but,
it's still impressive. It's still higher than
I'm doing all right. And I think the pros, they're doing all right. But some of the teams aren't doing all right. I mean, you talk about the Korean teams just barely getting off to the foot, really not having a winning record on any of the 4 teams.
And the top team has 1 more loss than they have a win.
Exactly. And that's really almost impressive as to say how the 4 Korean teams were consistently not doing as well as the other regions. And we thought even in Season 1, back when you were here, we thought it was more of the situation where it could have been Korean teams just really finding it off in the off-season to make sure they improved and get into Season 2 in the right shape. But altogether from week 1 all the way up to now, they just never look like the strongest region. So hoping that Southeast Asian right now looking like one of the stronger regions right now in all of Zero Asia. See how they do today.
I mean, normally you could, somebody could probably try to make up the excuse saying like, oh, it's just because Korea is much more aggressive as a region, and anybody can take games off anybody, and that's why it's happening. And they're actually just not doing that well, as compared to the other regions. So they need to step up their game. Kingsland, especially, who has that top spot at the moment, really needs to level up their performance. But enough about Korea. We're not going to be dealing with anything like that today. It's going to be Southeast Asia. Kicking off here with Bren Esports for the first match of the day.
And we got Noimsai and Jai for that 2v2 set, joined in by Manong JP, and they already got their K-pop dance going. They know what they're doing, and they've been looking good right at the top of Southeast Asia, and Trainer just giving us a second dab just to make sure it's worth it. But they are going to be joined in.
Worth it.
Hey, you know what it is? The Wizard Dab emote is quite worth it. I mean, that $25 you can spend on that one, better worth than anything else you can spend with that money. But they are up against AHQ. Gonna have Jacques and Yaya on that set 1 2v2. Gonna be joined in by Master Hong today in that 1v1 with SB sitting in the sideline. So a very strong roster indeed, but still hasn't really proven to us that they are indeed the best of Southeast Asia.
Well, they need to prove it today. Again, a lot of upsets kind of need to be coming through here. Starting with AHQ taking down Bren Esports. If they can do that, they keep their hopes alive of being able to slingshot into that top spot. But if they lose here, that's pretty much it. They can't overtake. Bren. At least here today, they wouldn't be able to try to pull that one off. So rough tidings. But taking a look here, the first set. It's gonna be Giant Skeleton and the Royal Giant band away.
Yeah. So if you've been missing out, Achilles on this
I
recent
have
meta.
been.
Oh, it is the Giant Skeleton, Royal Giant partnered up into a wrecking ball of a 2v2. We've seen that from many teams, especially from Southeast Asia. And now we're seeing a situation where these two banned cards are literally just supposed to be partners with each other, and they're going to be banned out, one from each side. So there's literally no way that we're going to see any type of Giant Skeleton, Royal Giant combination on this one. So more likely the Golem, something like the Royal Hogs are still available. So for that 2v2 now, Noimsai and Giant literally has been the most successful as we've seen out of all of Southeast Asia. And see how they did today. I'm sure they're getting a win right now, as you do say. Giving off a win to the top team already, that would really just clinch it up and really have it tough for HQ to follow back on, as probably would confirm the playoff spot for Bren Esports.
Just taking a look at the 2v2 records for both of these squads, 7-4 and then 7-5 on the side of AHQ. So this is going to be very tight-knit. Either, HQ advancing over them or just falling slightly further behind. But either way, this should be some pretty high-level 2v2 action. Maybe just get down to the wire. Here we go. Everything going to be loaded up. Royal Giant, Giant Skeleton, band away. Let's see what these guys are bringing to the table.
Start off with the log, just to cycle it through it. Even the sap, so 4 elixir damage on that left side tower. And gonna start off on the right side this time from AHQ. Gonna start off with the Infernal Dragon and the Mega Man, which gets a pretty good poison value up to it. So it's gonna be a Lava Loon deck from the side of AHQ. See what happens. Good Infernal Tower. That will take care of most things here, Achilles.
Yeah, it's gonna start burning them down, but see, it's gonna be the lightning coming out.
Oh, good Ice Wizard. And a good Tornado.
Yeah, just gonna be dragging them all into the center.
And that Miner won't be too much of a threat there, as it's mostly about this pushing that has come in with that Lava Loon push, supported by a lot of units, and very well taken care of. So lots of elixir efficiency for Noimsai and Giant to start things off here.
It's going to be the guards coming out here. We'll go ahead and hold up that Inferno Dragon quite a bit, so it's going to be taking a lot of damage from the Princess Tower. And now it's going to die right as that Lava Hound comes out. On the other side, though, Cannon Cart with the Dark Prince coming through.
It's not going to make it through, though. The shield will pop before it gets there. So we are going to get the situation where the Dark Prince makes the charge through. That is going to do a lot of damage, 50-70 on the left side. But this Lava Hound really untroubled, as you can see, a defensive poison. Now coming from the other side. Look at that Baby Dragon on the right side, doing a lot of damage. And that's going to continue on with the pressure. And look at that, 498 on the right tower. Yeah,
massive trade up here. Both towers going to be weakened considerably. We'll get a bit of damage in with the Miner going into the backhand side. That's going to be drawing the attention of that Inferno Dragon. Just trying to get that balloon in range. Zap coming down will interrupt the Dragon, but it's not going to be able to get that first pop off. Will still get the explosion. Weakens the Inferno Dragon, so it should get taken down naturally by the Princess Tower if there's nothing else to distract it. But you can see the health very much in favor right now of AHQ.
And that was very, very important for that Infernal Dragon to get that balloon down. You even saw a zap investment from Bren Esports to make sure it survives for that second extra time, resetting the Infernal Dragon for the very first time, but did not have enough time to even get there. So we'll see another push. Now pretty confident from the side of HQ that the right tower is probably just going to be gone in times 3. And the good lightning coming from the other side. This looks like a left tower going down to Achilles.
They're working on it here. Trying to chip this one out now at about 1,400. Dragon hitting a bit of damage then. On the splash, the guards just to clean up the miner in the back.
Not much of a counter push potential here. This cannon card has to get through, but it seems like the defense has to pretty up tight. Look at the double bomb tower, and that's really going to get the job done. Achilles, we're going to see another balloon try to make its way through, but the Mega Minion and the Infernal Dragon is already there. But that good fireball almost gets there, but it's not going to connect. But that 189, that 125,
the miner's there.
Looking like the miner will get it through, and look at that 134 on the right tower. Does not get enough HP.
Yeah, right as the poison came down on top of it, cannot get the finish. So a great turnaround there for Bren Esports. That was insanely close. Suffer so much damage to the Princess Towers, especially on that bottom right side early on in the match, but AHQ just cannot close it out in the end.
That's what I kind of want to follow up with, Achilles, is that the bottom right tower was not completely down, had about 400 plus HP, but seemingly overconfident on that one, AHQ, to go on the other side right away. So make sure you get the job done, clean up your duties to make sure you get to the next one. So that's something that didn't happen for AHQ. See what happens in this game number 2.
Well, just going to be opening things up with the Lava Hound on either side, back to the Mega Minion, and then, okay, Flying Machine.
Flying Machine is another good support for the Lava Hound. It's heavy enough that it can push that big hound all the way up to the tower.
This is an all-in aerial assault on the left-hand side. Miner going into the back to distract. The guard's going to be coming through, but yeah, they're just ignoring the right-hand side. A Mega Minion to come in and clean up the other one. Tornado going to be dragging them away. They still have not gotten that hit in from the balloon, and it's actually going to get popped. Explosion will weaken that Ice Wizard, but otherwise, this right-hand side is an absolute disaster at the moment for Bren Esports. AHQ looking to finish the job that they could not do in game 1. They still don't finish it off, but 346 is a very excellent first push coming in, but now they have to counter this Lava Hound.
That looks very, very convincing to me, Achilles, because you put so many elixirs in trying to get that left tower down for Bren Esports, and literally got no damage off of that one, and it seems like that right tower now looking like in a lot of trouble. These wheels,
a bit more damage,
yeah, but still, look at that right tower. Just still put a lot of elixirs in, but didn't get much from that counter push. And now we're going to see what they didn't do in game number 1. AHQ is just trying to finish things off on this right tower before they move on to the opposite side.
Sending push up here into the front. Inferno to catch the Lava Hound. HQ's making it over towards the tower.
We know that the Infernal Dragon will not die to a single lightning, and that will once again stop the plays here. And look at this, the guard's doing a very good job. Even that snowball just cheekily just trying to get that to the King's Tower, but does not open that up. But in the meantime, the right tower does go down for the Lava Hound push, which was pretty successful.
So good look at the moment here for AHQ. 60 more seconds if they can just play defense here. Tornado dragging away the balloon, pushing up. Maybe dragging a bit as well.
Very desperate lightning right there, and that's 6 elixir just to get the balloon down in time. Definitely would have gotten the drop onto that right tower if it wasn't stopped there. So we will see another last-ditch effort from Bren Esports. Talk about last-ditch effort, double Lava Hounds onto this lane and trying to do all that it takes to make sure this right tower goes down.
But if they can't deal with this Inferno Dragon, now it's going to be the pups coming through, so it will get taken down. They have one more Lava Hound pushing forward, almost getting popped. A Miner into the back, down below 500 HP now. Tornado dragging them over to the Crown Towers as they try to sustain, and it looks like they actually might be able to do so. 10 more seconds remaining on the clock, 322.
They need a
throw down a poison. They need that lightning right now. Do they have it cycled? It's not looking like it. One more tap from the baby dragon.
Too late.
The lightning comes in right at that last moment, but it's already too late. 106, so very close, but AHQ get the win there in game 2.
It almost feels like this should have happened in game number 1, where the right tower is basically theirs for AHQ, but did not finish the job and just went pretty greedily onto the left side. We already mentioned about that in that game number 1, but it's game 2. They get the job done. They get the right tower in. They're going to be off to a good start now, Achilles. And game number 3, as with the first 2 games, looking like HQ was on the upper end of things in terms of trading out with the Lava Hound decks they had on both sides. Let's see what happens in game 3, because it seems like HQ is on the up front.
They are. It's a great turnaround. You know, and they started off insanely well in set 1. Or rather, in game 1, they come back in game 2. They seal the deal on that bottom right tower, still attacking the same position. They get it. They get the victory. Can they replicate it again here in game 3? About to find out. Really big assault over onto this top right side. Miner will lead the charge. The balloon coming through. It's getting very close. That's going to get a hit off. You would expect even with the Electro Wizard, but the Tornado comes in right at the last second to help deny that away.
Oh, even that Ice was helping out with that extension right there towards that balloon. And look at this. It's going to be trying to drag it through, but it doesn't get it. The Golem is not going to be aggro to the King's Tower, and that's a disaster. It's going to open it up with the Golem Mines for sure, but still takes a lot of damage onto the left tower.
Still unfortunate for AHQ to now have those triggered up and ready to help defend with the double cannons, but very considerable trade up for them.
We'll see what happens from the opposing sides here. Just get that Infernal Dragon out just to defend onto that right tower, and we will see a continuation of effort. Now we do see the Royal Hog's going to be fireballed away, so the best case scenario for Bren Esports on that defense. So the King's Tower, as you can see, was helping out with that as well. So we will see a continual rush from that right side though. Good lighting though.
Yeah, it does come through the balloon, however, getting dangerous and close. There's the Tornado again, just keep holding that one, and now it's actually going to aggro over onto the bomb tower. Towers will go ahead and finish that one off with a couple arrows. Guard's not going to get very close. So nothing to worry about there, but still a very good look for AHQ.
We will see if the continuation of this does serve them well. We're going to see the Prince take care of this Miner, and this the offensive poison on the other end. Pretty aggressive from Bren Esports. Didn't get too much value out of that, so we will see this E-Wisp just trying to stop the Prince from charging it.
But now, you know, that lead from AHQ a little bit nullified as the double elixir does come through. Golem going to be thrown down. Inferno's here. Electro's going to get taken care of as he go ahead and clean up his cannon card.
The cannon card is not going to get anywhere near the tower, so we will see this Golem make its push. And this Inferno tower is what the Golem has to go up against. And
didn't get on the Golem though. Latched straight onto that Inferno Dragon, so.
Do they have a lighting? They don't have a light.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Mega Minion just getting a hit onto that asset, very, very important, and we will see more and more of this where the double miner comes in from Bren Esports, just trying to just siege the tower as they can, but this Tornado is stopping the plays from this balloon. If they can make the balloon stop in its track and not get to the tower, that should be good enough for them, but very, very close here, clearly.
105 on the bottom left as that lightning does come through. 318 remaining. They have to intercept the fireball coming down. 117 here. One more swing. That's going to be it. The poison, will it tick away in time? Yes, it will. So now we're going to be all tied up as we enter into overtime. Couple hits coming through onto the crown towers in the back. That cannon cart still just sitting there, now going to be broken down, but they almost get it to half HP.
I mean, you're left with choices now if you are Bren Esports. Do you go for the 3 crown? Do you go for the 2 crowns? Because it's kind of a dilemma, but they're going to go for 2 here, and we're going to see this Royal Hogs be on that counter offense. Looking like it's a good strategy to hold it through.
Tornado's just going to be dragging him out to the side. Looks like that fireball not going to be available. Dark Prince going to be charging into the back. Should get that swing off and does. But now the balloon's going to be pushing forward. Inferno Dragon here to catch. Electro Wizard coming down to interrupt, but the balloon should still be destroyed even before it hits the bomb tower. So they're getting a bunch of swings out of that. Now the Golem just being frozen up and chipped away at by this baby dragon. The Inferno coming in to join. Guards pushing into the backhand side, going to get cleaned up by that Mega Minion.
Oh, do they have an answer for that Inferno Dragon though? It's going to just melt down this Golem, and it's going to turn into Golemite and not going to get anywhere near the tower. Look at this Dark Prince stranded on its own, and look at this cannon card doing such a good job. Bren Esports onto a good push onto the left side. This is looking like a situation where they might get something out of this one.
Yeah, that bomb tower is going to fall. The balloon tries to get in range, but another well-placed Tornado does come through. However, that Inferno Dragon is going to get cleaned up, and they need something to catch these minions pushing forward. The Miner going to be there. The Mega Minion, as well as the Ice Wizard. Guards come down. Electro Wizard to help.
We're so behind in Elixir right now. HK, you can already tell the late summons of these units defensively onto the left side. You can see that is such a bad situation for them right now. And Bren Esports really understanding their situation quite well. And we're going to continue on with this. That Ice Wizard still survives, going to slow down that Golem. And we know how valuable that could be.
Electro Wizard just hoping to rip apart this Inferno Dragon.
That's it.
That's Mini to help clean these up.
Explosion happens right at the front of the tower, and that will be another golden opportunity for now. Bren Esports to go with this.
It's going to be the poison getting thrown down. The miner going to be dealt with in the back. Again, just distracting that balloon. Snowball helps bounce it away. Massive tornado pool coming in. The miner still playing forward. However, they have to clean this one up. They'll be able to do so. Down to 714. And the ground towers in the back, 1100. AHQ
oh, the
backs
snake
against
tower
the wall.
pot that gets the charge in and buys enough time to get those guards out. Could have been a sneaky one right into pockets, but did not get it. So almost got the game like they're Bren Esports, but really not going to connect.
30 seconds remaining. Another miner into the back. The Prince to deal with that with the guards pushing forward into the bottom side. Well, they try to lead the charge over here with the Golem, but the Inferno is just going to be ripping it apart. Fireball coming down as well as the Lightning. They will be able to get the Golemites up there. 1100 remaining. Miner gets a couple more chips into that top right. Poison's going to be coming down. 400 HP remaining there. 1100 on each respective tower. 11. The Poison's going to tick through at that top left side. 2 crowns going over to Bren Esports. They will be taking the set.
No aim sign, and Jai not looking necessarily the best in that game 1, but even in that game 3 where they did win out in the end, oh man, they weren't looking good for the first half of that game 3. So, you know, looking good now as the eventual winner. Then this gets them closer to clinching that top spot in Southeast Asia. So, you know, for them to be the best representative from this region, it is not something to scoff at, because they've been fantastic and consistent all season long, and showing once again, even from a downfall right there, where game 2 looked really bad on them, game 3 they come back to win.
Yeah, it was really good. A bit of a nail biter. We know we almost had the time run out on the OT. So that's how back and forth it was. But like you said, AHQ, they were kind of falling behind as far as the Elixir was concerned. You could tell they were a little bit starved, and maybe their rotations on their decks weren't really working out for them. They couldn't really jive up because they were constantly responding to the pressure being applied by Bren Esports. They stabilized a little bit. They took it very, very close, but unfortunately for them, they don't get the win, which is what they need if they want to make it into the playoffs in that first place spot.
And you know what it is, though? They still have another hope with Master Hong, seemingly one of the best 1v1 players we have in this league. And that's going to be a situation where they count on them to really reap the benefits. And Master Hong, they have to keep them alive, get them to the King of the Hills to make sure that Manong GP is not going to get the job done here for Bren Esports. And Master Hong, he's been clinching and clutch for basically the entire season. So against Manong GP, can he do it again? If they fall right here, it's pretty much confirmed for Bren Esports to get the top position.
Well, they're going to try. Giving him a thumbs up, saying good luck. So Master Hong feeling good about this game. Balloon Golem, Bando A.
The thing that we always appreciate about Master Hong is that, you know, he never falls under pressure. Even if it is the most important game, he knows what to do. He never really makes true big mistakes. So we'll see Master Hong, who's kind of an expert at his own craft. What's going to happen here? We're going to see the Graveyard deck from Master Hong here. So coming with the Graveyard and the Barbarian Barrel, it kind of tells us the entire story of this deck. But brings out that magic card, now brings a little bit of curiosity minds.
Okay, Electro Wizard just going to get 2 zaps off. Already down to 1900. That top right, Royal Hogs going to be coming through. Oh boy.
You do not want to see that. If you just summon the Royal Hogs and you see a Mega Knight just pummel down at your piggies, that is not a good situation.
No, it's not. Now it's going to be a Hunter coming through. With the Ghost, Barbarrel coming in as well. They will be able to cut their way through this.
Good Hunter.
Yeah, getting a massive amount of damage in with that shotgun spread. The well played's coming out on either side, so good spirits here for both of these guys. And so far, very even.
Really nice in terms of the outplays and even that zap to make sure those pellets does not reach the tower. And that's going to be Manong GP and Master Hong, as we kind of expected. Very, very closely matched up, and bits of counter onto both sides of the deck. So it is very important to see which player can find the resilience to come back from this one. And can see the miner here. And the tombstone really not well timed on that one.
The poison, yeah, the poison is going to be cleaning up the skeletons, finishing off that archer. Even gets a little bit of damage onto those hogs, which will be taking that AoE coming in from Royal Ghost, but make their way to the tower, get in a bit of damage, just constantly trading back and forth on this HP lead, but it's still just a game of inches at the moment.
That really is, and you saw that Manong GP use a lot for that counter offense, and that allowed the knowledge for Master Hong that the Sen of the Elixir was not going to be available in time. Some of that Royal Hogs, and we will see another slow play coming from both sides here, and we will see this Ewis get down and almost gets a swing for that Royal Ghost.
Inferno, 8th card coming in from that all. Another poison coming down. The guard's going to get chipped away at. Via that, Archer going to be falling, but Inferno not going to be lasting for too much longer. Another bar barrel is going to be tossed out there. Catching up with the Ghost, gets a couple swings in, exchanging back and forth. Inferno coming in, leading from behind the Hunter to go ahead.
Good
Get that massive amount of upfront damage in.
I mean, what it is right now, and this poison on the offensive end once again. You can see the Mega Knight used a little bit early in this instance, and I'm pretty confident they're going to move on with this. And good poison gets both the Magic Archer and the Tombstone, so we'll see the continuation of this from this Mega Knight. Can it get through?
It's all backed up by the minions here. The Hunter going to be coming down, gets a lot of damage in onto the Mega Knight, but Hunter not going to last for too much longer after that. Zap coming down. Now it's going to be the Hogs into the back.
The Royal Ghost. The Royal Ghost.
But the Ghost is on it. The good game comes out. They know that it's over. Final swing hits. Not going to be picking up that game win right there.
Very nicely done by Manong GP, who needed this game win to further get them close into this eventual top position. Manong GP gets that one victory in. Is going to be looking for the second one while he puts down his just to make sure he can have a minute to himself as he gets ready for pretty much the match point that's on the line for Bren Esports to take this whole thing.
Contemplating where you want to go with your deck selection, so we'll see what these guys are going to piece together for us here in Game 2. Headsets coming back on, so should be ready to leap straight back into this, not wasting any time. Here we are.
We're looking at Master Hong. Really needs to get 2 wins in a row, and if he doesn't, that's basically HQ not going to be having any type of chance to get into the first place position, even with a second win of the day. And gonna start with the minor from Manong GP, gonna be just lightly countered by this Royal Ghost. Now these minions coming in, just ready for the counter right here. Good, isn't it?
Just gonna be cleaning them up. Electro just gonna be right on the outsides of that poison. Just try to lock up this Ghost as much as humanly possible, but since a lot of damage in.
3 hits, we cannot ignore the ability of that one, and I'm going to be looking towards the Ewis that will just go down. Shots coming in from the bar barrel, and you can see the Infernal Dragon. Pretty slow play from both sides, as you can see, a little bit different from what we saw in that game where it was pretty firing from the get-go.
Slower, but now we're going to see a little bit of variation. The Flying Machine's going to be coming through for Master Hong here. Again, Miner into the back. Ghost going to be finding that Electro Wizard, so a little bit of back and forth.
See this Royal Ghost still continue on. We'll get chopped away right in time, so it's an unfortunate situation for Manong GP where he could have gone through. And yeah, look at this. Mega Knight, was it timed correctly? No, it was just a little bit late, as you're going to see the splash damage onto the tower. That's really big when you can get 10-22. But this P.E.K.K.A. is worse news for this Mega.
Yeah, going to be taking a ton of damage here. The lead going to be coming through.
Archer.
And now Inferno coming in. That Archer, yeah, just going to be chipping away at it. P.E.K.K.A. not going to be able to get anywhere near the tower at least, so slight reprieve in that front, but here we go. The Hogs coming through. The Ghost going to have to respond.
That's 7 elixirs right there on that defensive investment. Does not get too much, and we're already going to see this play right here where this Magic Archer does get away, but you can see Master Hong looking pretty repeat at his cell because that situation was not the best for him.
Absolutely not. The Zap even having to be used just to try to stop that Barb from even getting a single hit in. It's pushing over, trying to get what damage they can in onto that Flying Machine. The poison will help finish it off. The Hog's now going to be pushing forward. The Mega Knight does have to come down.
Okay, good penetration damage now coming. Look at the Royal Ghost even providing support as we're going to see the continuation damage off of this 90.
Though.
That really is all you really need right now, because if you are 15-50 right now on your own tower, that makes it so easy for you to get that with that one spell and really get this counter push going though. We're going to see lots of investment. Look at this coming in from Manong GP.
He's trying it. He just can't even cycle the poison in time to get the 90 damage. There, he finally gets it available. That is such... Oh man, maybe a bad feeling.
Look at this, the Mega Knight coming through. You have to summon the Royal Hog defense.
The Inferno Dragon's just sitting on the tower.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even look at that.
The Inferno Dragon gets latched on, nothing clears it out. You can see it's got a sliver of HP, but once it's set there for a couple seconds and that damage just keeps on vamping up, your ground towers, your princess towers, doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't stand a chance. It just starts ripping hundreds and hundreds of HP off of the bar, manages to do so. That was on the knife's edge, but, and you can see there, you know, hand behind his head, the disappointment coming in that he was unable to get that victory when it was so close.
And it was so
Just
needed
had
right
to
now.
get rid of that Inferno.
It's really all it takes because Master Hong, he knew how important that game was and the pressure was really onto him. And he's usually pretty good about taking on the pressure and turning that into adrenaline. And this time that adrenaline wasn't good enough to go up against Manong JP. Talk about a distraction. 7 elixirs for that Mega Knight onto the left tower. We were all distracted by that one. So we will see how that affects player. Let's get to the interview with Bren Esports to see what they think about
First
that
of all,
victory.
congratulations for Bren Esports winning over HQ Esports Club.
Thank you very much.
那我这边的第一个问题呢，就想要来问一下 Bren Esports， 就关于说这一次对上 AHQ 他们获得了胜利，并且取得了季后赛的资格，目前有什么样的感想吗？
After the match with HQ Esports Club, you gained the right to the playoffs, and what do you think?
We're just happy that we achieved this top 1 spot here in Southeast Asia because we've been longing for this since the start of Season 2. And we just want to thank our sponsors because they believe in us. Whatever happened last time, especially Boss Bernard Chong, Boss Jab, and Boss Banks. We just wanted to thank them for giving us the chance to showcase our skills.
那当然就是我们今天能够走到这边呢，其实是我们这样一路努力的下的结果。那同时，特别是在从第2季开始的时候，其实我们赞助商也特别感谢他们，是从来都没有放弃我们，一路支持到我们，一直到现在这样。
好的，那接下来要问的是第2个问题哦，要想请教一下，就是盲东基比。 对他最近的表现真的是非常可怕，他不但是击败了 Benzerido， 也击败了 Master Hong， 现在几乎是整个东南亚分区单打上面，我觉得可以说是最强的选手了。对于这边的这个成绩，他有做了哪一些的努力或准备吗？
The next question goes to Mainland China because you beat Master Hong and also Benzerido. What kind of preparation and what did you do to achieve such position as today?
So ayun, sobra akong nag-practice tapos yung kalusugan ko, yung disiplina ko sa sarili ko, di na ako masyadong nagpupuyat. Lagi ako natulog na maaga kasi feeling ko yun yung naging problema ko nung sa Korea nung sunod-sunod yung talo ko sa 1v1 na wala akong maayos sa tulog tapos stress ako. Plus yung binaban ko yung nag-iba ako ng gameplay. Dati kasi ang binaban ko yung parang problema sa deck ko or troll lang na kahit ano. Pero ngayon yung best deck ng kalaban ko, yun yung binaban ko. Kasi para sa akin, mas kaya ako manalo pag wala yung best deck niya.
The reason that he won because of his discipline to himself. The main reason that he was losing in Korea because of lack of sleep and stress. He learned from that and make a way that he will win his matches here in Taiwan. And he banned the opponent's best deck. For example, for Benzerido, he banned the Mortar, and for Master Hong, he banned the Golem so that he can beat them easily or more easier, so that he can handle him easier. His strategy for the last two.
基本上的话，其实当初其实本身就是他想做好，就是大概就让自己做好自己。然后之前在对上韩国的时候，他曾经因为可能压力的关系，可能因为失眠的关系、睡不好的关系而输掉了比赛，他也从中汲取教训啊。那在这一次过去这2周以来的时候，特别他也去计划去看看他的对手会出什么牌，比如说可能像Benzerido， 他可能是用的是迫击炮。 那 Master Hong 的话，他可能是用哥伦10人，所以他就是透过这样子的去计划，然后好好的应对，然后走到今天的地位。
好的，一样是感谢这个 Bren Esports 接受我们的赛后采访。
Also questions.
Yeah.
That was very, very impressive translations right there. I think that was literally 5 minutes worth of one sentence. That's great though, but we do look at Bren Esports, who have now confirmed themselves as the top of Southeast Asia, as they were consistent from the very first day all the way to the last, looking a lot better in Season 2 than they did in Season 1. Very well deserved of them to be the top representatives here.
Yeah, and they showed it right there. The resilience, they're able, the ability to stay level-headed and focus in on the game and not crack under the pressure. So it was really excellently done, and they just cleaned them up really easily. So unfortunate for AHQ, won't be able to advance into the playoffs in that #1 spot. Still have more games to be played, though. They got back-to-backs today.
We're going to have to go to just a short break, guys. We'll be right back with the match 2, but we will see if AHQ can really come back into form and really have their last chances to make it to the wildcard. We'll go to a short break, guys. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. When we said a short break, we truly meant a short break.
A short break. No, not even enough time to go to the bathroom.
No.
You can grab a glass of water, I guess.
You didn't even take your headsets off.
No.
Why?
Might as well leave it on. It's comfortable.
Sure.
Why not?
We're back.
If I have to put it right back on, there's no point in me removing it only to have to put it back on.
But I did that. I did exactly that.
You're a very silly person.
You know what? You've been raging at my trophy count from the beginning of the broadcast. Now you're raging
about it. I've been giving you trouble.
You've been very softly raging at my kind of course of actions.
I just like to poke fun at you. That's all.
That's a very fair point, though.
I am having a very calm demeanor. You're the one who's getting worked up about these things.
There's
so clearly I'm getting what I want out of this.
There's a fine line out of this where there's a very soft, light-weighted rage out there, and you're exemplifying a great deal on that, Achilles. And we're gonna go on to this second game, where it's very important for both of these teams, really in this battle for second place, because that first place is already decided with Bren Esports now and Chaos Theory. And they're going to be facing up against HQ. Seemingly, really, these two teams at the last line of trigger to see if they can get into the playoffs with the last hope.
Yeah, now 7-6 here for AHQ. Their set differential not looking so hot, but taking this win away from Chaos Theory would be very good for them. It would keep their hopes alive, but then they would still have to rely on Kicks, the bottom place team, taking a game away from Chaos Theory, which seems a little bit more unlikely. But we'll see how these guys bounce back here for the second match, taking another crack at it after losing to the #1 seed, the squad that is advancing into the playoffs. So at least mentally you can kind of reset, say, you know what, they're the best team. Now let's come in here, let's prove that we can be at least the second best from Southeast Asia.
Now
and we'll see how good they are at recovering.
And that will keep you alive if you are the Southeast Asian teams, with these two teams bringing out JTD and Careless for that 2v2 and Jack and Yao Yao. Gonna be for HQ, we're gonna ban out the Tornado and the Royal Giant, just the same for HQ. So really banning that out last time and really showed that they were almost there in terms of beating up Bren Esports, but really when you only get one game, you're not gonna win the set, and you're still gonna go down just as much. And not strong. Come back up, Ace. Having a tough time against a really top tier opponent with Benzer Riddell. Gonna be banning out the Tornado as well. So not an easy assignment for the 2v2 nor the 1v1s. So see if the HQ can really make it count here.
Well, they're going to be doing their best. You can see here 6-6 as far as the 2v2s are concerned for JTV. Carroll is 5-4, so the record's not nearly as dominant as we saw in the first series, which is what you would expect, especially from the side of Bren Esports. But AHQ in their 2v2s, very good record coming into this, even with the 7-6 there.
But also with that 6-6, you do mention about JT. It did come more recently for the wins, and recently they've been looking a lot better than their first few weeks of play. So if they can keep the run going and can keep up the consistency, that will be JT and Carol is really threatening Shaka and Yaoya. See if they will go down once again this 2v2, because it was a close one between them and Bren Esports last time around. So this game one will tell us whether JTV and Carolus can input the same amount of pressure as Bren Esports did the last time around.
Well, no Royal Giants, no Tornadoes. See what these guys bring to the table.
Cycle through it.
Okay, well, no Giant, but no Royal Giant, but still going to have the Giant Skeleton. Guard's going to be dragging him over to the side, but the cannon cart will clean those up pretty quickly.
Giant Skeleton will be ready to go. Can it reach the tower though? It's getting very, very close, and it's going to summon another series of 4 elixirs just to get that out.
Yeah. Cannon is going to go ahead and get taken down at the same time. Baby Dragon just going to be meeting up with the Mega Minion here onto the right-hand side. Not a cart, but a stationary cannon.
Putting the damage away from this Mega Minion. This Baby Dragon will survive to continue on its efforts. And let's see a Lumberjack on defense against the Spider, and we will see it go down very, very soon here.
Joe getting dropped in there. Rachel push it over to the tower for a little bit, but the bats are going to come up. So only just going to get 2 one-handed zaps in onto that tower.
Sneaky Golem onto the left side, starting a pretty preemptive rush. JTV and Careless, we're going to see the Golem being melted away by this Infernal Tower, and good lightning coming through. That will get the tower down, but also get the Golem down as well. So this balloon is not going to reach the tower, and that will be a pretty much wasted effort from JTV and Careless on that big push onto the left side.
Yeah, even the explosion from the bomb there at the end, not going to get a connection to the tower, but at least they get some damage traded back, but still will be at a bit of a disadvantage here.
So with the Ice Wizard just rushing in, and we will see a slow-paced settling this field into play. We are going to look at the Miner once again. It's going to be spirited away. We're going to see the Lumberjack once again take care of things very, very nicely. Some value. You see the Lumberjack just approaching right now.
Also want to clean up that cannon, maybe to try to get that Giant Skeleton pushed forward, away, onto the towers rather than connected into the cannon, but they actually played into the top left side here.
Just getting ready.
Oh, okay.
This big push onto both sides and put the Giant Skeletons on, so in case JTV and Careless goes pretty absurd with the amount of units they put in front, we'll see a good effort coming in, and once again lightning.
They're coming down. He's going to get toward the tower. Yeah, he's getting those melee swings in. That bomb is going to explode. That tower is going to be gone.
Yeah, the tower's definitely gone. We're going to see 1 crown for Shaka and Yaoya to start things off. This whole fight is not going to get anywhere here, because it seems like even with the death damage of the balloon, it's only going to get it down to 1167. So this push with these last 13 seconds has to do it, but I don't think they will have enough time to do
Yeah,
this.
there's just no way. There's going to be an Inferno Tower thrown down. And yeah, the cannon cart in the bottom side, they're taking down their ground towers below half HP. So that's going to be a very good, very strong first round coming through for AHQ.
Adding insult to injury on that one. Putting the cannon cart right at the bottom side, and that will be AHQ finally getting the win that they were really looking for, especially against Bren Esports, where they were facing off a little bit earlier. Did not get those 2 wins, and now they're on the way to get 2 wins in a row. That should help them quite a bit here. That will also create a little bit of confusion as to these 2 teams right now, because they're really sharing that number 2 and number 3 spots accordingly, and we will see who gets the second game of this 2v2.
Play much of the same, or is it going to be different? So far,
It's the same coming from HQ, just being the same Giant Skeleton deck on defense, and hoping that Giant Skeleton will one day reach that tower, which it did in that game 1 victory of theirs. And
well, it's not going to reach yet.
no, needs a little bit of time.
Gotta get rid of that Golem. First lightning going to be coming down. Inferno as well, just a double burn through that Golem.
Lumberjack.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was very, very close.
Catch Coal Mine's just going to get a couple hits in there with the help of the Rage. Poison throwing down, just going to be chipping away at that flying machine. Now, Electro Wizard just trying to lock them up, mostly to deal with that Inferno Dragon. Fireball coming down, not enough to kill, obviously. will still take it very low, and the cannon card can go ahead and clean it up.
Oh, it connects, but it gets logged back right away, and this Dark Prince taking care of matters, and it will be a reassurance for JT and Kerala, which could have been really, really bad if that cannon card had stayed on there, locked into the tower.
Well, there's a couple of extra shots. Get those off. That really can make the difference as you go later into the game.
You see this Ice Wizard once again is prepping for this golem push that will be coming from the left side, and this Lumberjack is going to get very, very close, and going to try to drag the golem in as quickly as it can. This Infernal Tower will just be lighting the way, and we'll see that once again. The Infernal Dragon is available for Shakanyaya if they choose to use it just a little bit later now.
Now the Lumberjack going to die. Rage coming down. Inferno going to get latched onto the flying machine here, so might still get a couple of hits in onto the back, but now Miner going forward, guards there to match.
Yeah, it's going to be a good prediction once again on those guards, and these Miners are really not connecting for Shakanyaya. They're a little bit in the lead. They could have been a lot more if those Miners had connected a few shots here and there, but you see this Barbaro not just rushing with this Miner. Miner finally going to connect here, and you're going to see just kind of roam the left side after Megan, and takes good work of it.
And dragging the Giant Skeleton over to the side. Now he's actually going to path back to get some hits in onto the Dark Princess, but they're playing another Skeleton very far forward, backed up by that Electro Wizard, trying to get as close as humanly possible. Tower coming in very close just to try to get rid of that golem to redirect the Skeleton, but the Lightning's going to be coming down, popping the bomb, getting the catch there onto that Lumberjack. So Rage popped out the golem. It's getting closer and closer to that tower, but they will get locked up, and they're not going to get that much more meaningful damage in.
Now we do have a pretty decent elixir lead now for HQ, and we will see continuation from all this. This Fireball gets a lot of units, but this Giant Skeleton will be coming in, and all these units supporting from the back. HQ on a good push here.
Oh, even if he can get close to that cannon. Is he going to be close? No, not even.
But the Baby Dragon and the Double Miner, it's still doing a lot of work.
Back. They pop him, and that's just going to be it.
It was simply just a continuation of defense from HQ, and in that next point where the final push, they had such an elixir lead and really pushed with everything in line, and even that Giant Skeleton didn't pop in front of the tower. Still wasn't going to be good enough. Those Baby Dragons, along with the Miners, that was already punching onto that tower. We knew that was going to be good enough, and that's going to be HQ. Finally picking up the 2v2 win where they really needed it, and now this 1v1 Master Hong lost 2 in a row against Bren Esports on the last time around. So let's see if he can do a better job against Benzerudol, but not the easiest opponent.
I mean, it was so close though. So I mean, still have to give a lot of credit to Master Hong and expect that he is going to be able to put up a fight, maybe even take the victories here, just because of how much of the those games that he played just a couple minutes ago. We saw how much of a nail biter those games were. So still can pull out the victory.
It is Benzerudol just using his usual thing of telling the staff to raise up the stand, put down the stand, just to make sure it's every inch perfect for him to play his game of Clash Royale. Benzerudol, he's been very, very good for the first few parts of the season, but more recently, in the last few weeks to be exact, he's looked the best. And I think the same goes for Master, who just lost his first set ever in the season in that 1v1. It's going to be back with a 5-1 record, and see if he can continue on here. If he gets the same result as last time around, that's going to be trouble for HQ, really needing a win right here.
They're close. They get the 2v2. Take that out. Can they get the 1v1s? Master Hong is certainly going to be trying. Tornado Miner still banned away, is going to be banned away here. So Tornado, it seems like they don't really like tornadoes over on the side of Chaos Theory.
It's been like that for the past couple of weeks, and we will see the continuation of these tornado bans for Chaos Theory, whether it's the 2v2 or the 1v1. A little more prevalent in 2v2, understandable, but 1v1 they still find it threatening, and we're going to see the Prince now back up this Giant onto this push. We need just a double Prince deck for Benzerudol.
Guards going down to get a lot of damage in.
Good.
Pushing forward, yeah, just to go ahead and clean up that tombstone.
Yeah, this Prince though, I didn't know when to stop it.
Starting to chunk them out. That Archer's still firing off those, so the Prince not going to be able to get any autos in onto the tower.
You saw the brilliance from Master Hong to summon that Barbarian out to make sure that charge from the Prince got the Barbarian instead of the Hunter, which kept it alive for just a little bit longer, and that Magic Archer was able to finish. So keeps the tower relatively clean there. Could have been a lot worse if he didn't play that part correctly.
So far, looking like a very similar push to start things off. Giant coming out and having deja vu. This is exactly the first round.
It's just cycling through, and this is the right cycle for everyone here. And you're gonna expect a giant if you are Matron, so sending out that tombstone a little bit earlier forces him to use a lot more defensive options right there. We're gonna see this Royal Ghost maybe trying to just chunk down this giant, and Magic Archer obviously is helping out with it. And this Hunter once again putting all the pellets through, and that's gonna be a good situation once again. We're gonna see a lot of situation. This time it doesn't work out, and so the same type of play being efforted here. Now this Prince is gonna get charged.
Yeah, well, doesn't get the charge damage, but still gets a swing, and you can see him shaking his head there, Master Hong, knowing that he had botched that, allowing the Hunter to die.
Yeah.
So now, suffering, you know, those Prince swings coming through, even if it's not a charge, still does a considerable amount of damage.
The Royal Hogs onto the left side, and
Dark Prince.
it's a good job, but
Get a decent amount of damage in, down to 1885.
for one less elixir, that's a trade you'll always take if you're a Benzerido. And we will see a continuation effort onto the left side. Now the right side is still under pressure as well. This good poison is going to get the Magic Archer away, and we will see this late tombstone just be logged away in time. This skeleton not going to serve to too much pressure. And we're going to see another Royal Hogs here onto the left side, see if he can stop it.
Cleaning him up. Yeah, this time he's got the backup, the Electro Wizard coming through, so the Hog's not going to be netting them much. The Giant's just going to be thrown down. The Hunter taken down on the right-hand side. Bar Barrel going to be coming out. So the Dark Prince with his charge. Hunter trying to jump down that Giant in the front side.
Tombstone is not good.
1,000. That Poison's going to be thrown down. The Hunter going to be falling. Dark Prince almost gets that swing in, but the Electro Wizard's there with the Poison. One more shot would have done it, and the log will come through to go ahead and seal the deal.
That wasn't a good tombstone from Master Hong. Just put that Mega Minion right in front of your face and just gives away that 3 elixirs for free, and that really kind of relieves your option as to what you're supposed to do if you had the 3 elixirs extra from Master Hong but did not have it with a thrown away tombstone, and Benzerido gets the very much deserved Game 1 victory with the mistakes coming in from Master Hong.
It was just, you know, very minute mistakes that added up more and more over time, especially with the Bar Barrel and that second push that came through on the top right side. Missing, not able to save that Hunter's life, and had he done it, would have been a completely different story. That swing would have come through for the Prince. Things would have been a little bit healthier there, and it, you know, when you have something even that small occur while you're playing, it really can offset your cycle, your mentality, and suddenly you start spiraling out of control and making more and more mistakes.
And simply numerically, it adds up. And with this 3 minutes that we have, you know those 2 elixir trade that you threw out the Bar Barrel, that just missed the play that you were trying to do. With the tombstone, with the 3 elixir that you lost with that goes a long way, Killers, and we will see a continuation from this where Master Hong is seemingly struggling through all this and not even going to get too much out of that. That Fireball will take the Magic Archer away, but you know, Master Hong really needs to pick things back up because he's lost 3 straight in a row now.
Shifting things up. See how this deck is going to be faring for him. Baby Dragon to go match with that Flying Machine on the left-hand side.
Benzerido just playing the Fireball bait, as most of these units can be vulnerable to Fireball, so just making sure baiting one of them away gives a lot of his other options for his units to really thrive here, and Barbarian Barrel just gets damage out.
Going to be coming through here. Cleaned up very quickly there onto the Royal Ghost. Battering ram, but will get taken down. Go ahead and clean up those Barbarians, but charge will come through.
And it's the 4 elixir that you spent on that defense, Benzerido, but taking too much from it. But if you are Master Hong, you're feeling pretty good about that charge coming in from the Bandit, and you're going to try to add on with it. This Fireball is now becoming a little bit more vulnerable, and this Magic Archer trying to get close, but really Benzerido shaking his left and right, kind of knowing that he could have played a lot of his units a little bit better.
Couple shots.
Golem deck for Master Hong.
Yet to see it. Gonna have to wait. Tapping his elixir now, and there you go. Throws it down.
And the Night Witch a little bit behind, so it's a situation where there's not going to be good enough support for Master Hong on that Golem push. Let's see what he brings up.
So far, Mega Minion, the P.E.K.K.A coming to match the Golem.
See the Flying Machine add on to the defense as well. We're going to get the targeting the Mega Minion first, but Wood, that play's coming with that Fireball to get that Flying Machine away. And see this, the Golem not going to reach a tower in time.
P.E.K.K.A going to be eliminated here. Battering ram going to get destroyed. The Baby Dragon just trying to get rid of those barbs. A little bit of damage onto that bottom left-hand turret.
Oh, this Magic Archer might just get the penetration damage through it. No, it gets none of it, and we will see.
So inching closer, but yeah, now drawn to the side there by that
Nightwish,
Mega Mini.
Nightwish is going to get in front, and that is bad news. But we're going to see the golem once again. Safety Magic Nightwish in that instance, and this is a good situation for Master Hong. This push is looking good.
Charging forward, the range going to be coming down, getting the Golemites in onto the tower. We'll work it down to about 1,500 exact for a second there, but now yeah, the Bandit gets the charge along. Hoping need alongside here, so about 1,000 HP remaining. You can see how healthy the towers are here for Master Hong.
We're going to see another golem push, probably be the end of it for Master Hong here, and we will see this golem just eat up all the damage, and from the Ewis it does not mind because they're just going to cycle right back to the Night Witch from Master Hong, and that should be game pretty much confirmed for Master Hong to win this game number 2.
Love to see the Fireball going to be coming down for now, clearing out the Flying Machine. There's nothing to back up the Golem.
Right now the explosion happens a little bit outside the tower, so lucky for Benzeridel.
One hit.
Got one hit with the Golemite, not going to be too much pressure and put it on, and now going to be all-in defense here. Coming in from Master Hong on this really assault here.
Yeah, he's going to have to play on that back foot. Try to tie things up.
Pekka?
You drop down. The bats were there for a moment. The Pekka will still fall.
The Royal goes still. It's going to be putting a lot of pressure in. 1304 on the left side.
Yeah, that
gives a lot of options.
Not going to be able to get the charge off this time. Would have been absolutely huge.
You'll see this Night Witch just take care of this Royal Ghost with the bats, and we're going to see the prepping of this Golem onto the left side. We're going to see this play come through it. This Magic Archer has to be played perfectly to make sure this Night Witch doesn't get too much out of it, but this situation is not looking the best. If you are 245, that should be looking like it's a GG. If you are Benzeridel, not going to be able to come back from this one.
A couple more hits is all it's going to take. That Fireball.
Yeah, just Fireball, that's
Once
it.
he can cycle it back through.
The log will just not be enough, so you have to just kind of wait for the Fireball to come back through and just kind of cycle the thing at the same time. Make sure he has to survive, and that 892, it's going to be so close, but it will be Master Hong with that Fireball in the end, and that will confirm the game to victory, still keeping his team hopes alive.
That Fireball had half a second more on the travel time. Could have been a very different situation. Could have been that 2-0 coming through for Chaos Theory, but Master Hong does hold on. Good stabilization from him, you know, after the minor mistakes, after that potential downward spiral that I was talking about, losing in game 1, is able to bounce back, gets the victory, and now needs to seal the deal and try to extend this series.
Well, it is Benzeridel, who did just lose that game 2, coming back in this game 3, hoping to kind of replicate his game 1 results. He has really played with no flaws in his play. So we will see the Bandit coming out from Benzeridel. So it might just be a replication of what Master Hong played in that game number 2. We'll see if this becomes the case here. The Bandit just going to try to charge into the Ewis.
Yeah, that'll get cleaned up very quickly. Mega versus minions.
Mega versus minions, you saying? It works. It just works.
Cleans him up. Electro, though, get a double zap off. That does do a considerable amount of damage.
If you allow those double zaps to get through on your tower, only about 200 damage in total for the tournament standard. And we'll see this Pekka very nicely done. So this is going to be a mirror match, as we've kind of seen this with this Pekka control deck from both sides. And Benzeridel just going to bring out his own Pekka. This is a good situation for him on defense. Should be able to survive, but this Magic Archer is placed perfectly. That penetration damage is going to do so much, but the Royal Ghost is targeting, it's going to be targeting the Pekka instead. That's not a good situation.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's going to be 1,646 there. That bottom right tower, so Benzeridel now going to be on a bit of the back foot. The Bandit, though, gets the charge off. Pekka getting closer, but will get cleaned up before it can hit the tower. But look at that. Now we're back to pretty much an even playing field.
It is, but we have to kind of mention that this continuation of effort is really about that one push that really matters the most, because this deck really requires the Battle Ram to get through it, and we'll get through this time around, and we'll see how much more it can do. See, one Battle Ram push is going to get the tower down to 1406.
And just like that, things start becoming undone for Master Hong, and it's again back to that question of stabilization, whether or not he can pull it off. Those going to get cleared up. Magic Archer not going to be able to get any penetrating shots there onto that tower. Just get taken down by the Electro in the end. Takes it close though, so one more arrow.
This will be your cycle, and we're going to see the Royal Hogs here. This is a very interesting deck It's very much a mixture of the control deck along with the Royal Hogs now being implemented by Master Hong, but did not get too much out of that with the P.E.K.K.A. Great on defense on that one.
See the P.E.K.K.A. onto the right side. That means the battering ram. He wants to throw that down on the left, but will get halted here by the Ghost, by the Electro Wizard.
Good.
Barbaro coming in, yeah, going to be catching up. That Bandit charge still comes through on the Electro Wizard, but we'll be able to take that one down. 30 seconds remaining. P.E.K.K.A. going to get cleaned up here onto the bottom right side.
This Mega Minion will get the swipe through, and this Royal Hogs want to get past the Royal Ghost and the P.E.K.K.A. in time. It's going to do a little bit of damage onto the right side, but still 10:56. It's not the end of the world, and Betteridol looking for a big counter push on the left side.
It still does put Master Hong back onto the front foot here, though. He's got the advantage. He just needs to capitalize on it. The P.E.K.K.A.'s coming through, matching each other onto that right-hand side. Barrel coming out. Electro Wizard is going to be zapping away, trying to clear out these minions. Help the Mega, they will be able to do so. 13:50 to 10:56. Their lowest tower. Splits coming through from the Hogs.
You can see good amount of pressure being input right here, and you can see this Mega Minion still stay alive to get that EOS away. That's great value, and this Mega Minion is still alive. Are you believing this?
Coming down, Royal goes to catch the other one. Bandit will be dashing through, but not going to be able to catch the tower, so this is still advantage to Master Hong here.
Yeah. He's getting so much out of this push right now. This Magic Archer is placed perfectly, gets the penetration damage along with allowing the P.E.K.K.A. to move through here. And we're going to see the continuation of this penetration that does not go through, but this poison is going to further and further implement a lot of value. The split Royal Hogs, that should be coming up very soon for Master Hong.
Hogs dragging the P.E.K.K.A. back away from the tower. Very well timed. Making sure that he is playing defensively while also capitalizing on any offense that he could possibly have. Battering ram coming out. The charge going to be catching in. Now 5:42 remaining on that top left tower here.
326. That's only a couple of spells away. We know that this deck does not have big spells up in the play, and we're going to see another bit of Royal Hog going to be split here. And
oh, he's just base racing it really at this point. That battering ram is not going to get the connection, and Master Hong does manage to draw back in. The reverse sweep coming through.
Oh, wow. I mean, Master Hong, he was so close to losing on that one. And we were talking about the game one, which was very, very close for him as well. So we are going to get this Master Hong situation where he's back in line, and they're going to give the win over to his team HQ. And now they're living in this situation where they now have a chance to really fight for that second place. HQ really up on top here over Chaos Theory.
Yeah, I mean, Master Hong putting the team on his back right there in that 1v1 scenario, comes out on top, is able to get the win, ties things up. So now it's going to be a much more interesting series. Like you said, this does keep their hopes alive. They have to get this victory, and then they also have to hope that Chaos Theory is going to be suffering a loss in their next round, because they have also.
那我们首先要先恭喜
We're going to get to the interview
HQ 成
to
功的
hear
击败了
what they have
Chaos
to say
Theory。
from HQ.
Congratulations on HQ Esports Club
Congratulations
defeating
on your
over
victory.
Chaos Theory.
对，那这边的第一个问题呢，是想要请教一下 HQ Esports Club 在这个赛季目前所有的场次都已经打完了，你们取得了在今天是1胜1败的战绩，对于这样的战绩有什么样的感想，或是有什么话要跟粉丝说的吗？
First question is that HQ Esports Club, after all the matches in this season, and today, especially today, you got 1 win and 1 loss. What's your opinions about that so far?
我觉得我们已经尽力了，对手很强，不能单打双打，也认证了我们双打赢，我们就会赢。双打是那我们也尽力了，说实话就输赢都精彩嘛。
We've done our best, and we have, of course, all the opponents are very strong and very challenging, and if our 2v2 win, usually the 1v1 will win as well. So anyway, we've done our best.
好，那接下来第二个问题呢，是想要问一下 Master Hong 就是最近呢，就是官方也有说啊，就是这个虽然你年纪比较大，但是你的这个智力上面或是这个临场的反应上面是非常非常好的。那对于今天的比赛，你一开始是落败，后面是成功以2比1战绩击败了 Brennan， 有没有一些自己想说的话呢？
就不论胜负，他们两个都很强啊，都已经是我觉得是已经顶尖的选手，跟他们打没有输得很惨，我已经很开心了，赢了也是比较好运气。
So basically, I'm very happy because they are all very strong opponents. So if I lost, that's all right. But if I win, I'll be very very happy about that.
好的，那这边的话就问一下最后一个问题喽，想问一下，就是 HQ Esports Club 在今天的比赛比完之后，后续有什么样的一个打算吗？那最近的状态又是如何？
The last question is that after today's match, what's your plan for the following weeks? What kind of preparation will you have for HQ Esports Club?
之后的打算应该就是好好帮 Kiss 加油。那如果我们成功进外卡，我们也会希望可以晋级到世界赛。
So later on, we'll definitely cheer for Kicks, hoping that they can take over and win the next match, because so that we can have the chance to get the opportunity at the wild card and perhaps in the grand final.
好的，那一样在今天的话是感谢 HQ 接受我们的赛后采访。那我们先进一段广告，进一段我们的 highlight， 休息一下，精彩比赛马上就。
So with the highlights, that's what he said. That just kind of throws it back to us, and it is gonna be a situation where literally, as you were saying, now HQ is gonna be cheering on for Kicks with their lives to make sure that they get the win over Chaos Theory. That will pretty much secure their second place position to make them eligible to go into this playoffs, into the wild cards. It's gonna be their first step onto play.
I mean, they have to hope that they did enough damage, I think, to Chaos Theory's mentality for Kicks to be able to get the victory, because Kicks has not been able to do too much. They are 5-8 here on the season. They are the bottom team in Southeast Asia here playing in this league. So it is a bit of a David and Goliath story that AHQ is hoping for. It's a very massive favor that Kicks could do for them to try to seal the deal on that second place spot for him. But you never know. Stranger things have happened.
It is a stronger David with a weaker Goliath in the last time around. So we will get to another break, guys, once we're back for the final series of the day to see if Chaos Theory will keep their hopes alive. Let's find out after the break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys, to Royale Asia Season 2. We're here for the very last game that you will ever see from Season 2 in terms of Southeast Asia.
No, this is the last game ever.
It's not true. We have broadcast
They're shutting
tomorrow.
down the game.
We have broadcast tomorrow, and we have broadcast on Sunday. We'll be just fine, Achilles.
Clash Royale's going to get pulled from the App Store after the... I'm just kidding.
It is the last game for you, though. I mean, for this season, and probably we're not going to see you for the rest of the playoffs and finals.
It's not very often that you guys need me to fill in. So there's... what, 4 of you that cast this game regularly?
I believe so.
So
5?
It's actually yeah. There's some stars that need to align in order for me to get in here.
It's a rare combination, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very rare. So somebody has to be sick. Somebody else has to be out of the country.
Sure.
You know, there's got to be a lot going on, a lot being shuffled around in order for me to get called.
All in all,
I'm like the guy who's just like, oh man, everything's gone to hell.
You're like an ultra rare item in an RPG game. That's what you are. It's really hard to find, but
I've got a 0.1% roll rate.
Yeah, and are we happy about that roll rate once you do come up? That's another story we're gonna ask.
All right, well here we are, final game of the evening. It's going to be Chaos Theory fighting for that second place spot as they come in for their back-to-back match versus Kicks. So still, you know, we talked about this before going to the break, are at least statistically expected to take away this victory.
Well, I mean, you look at this. I mean, look at Chaos Theory, who's trying to just win this game and somehow keep their hopes alive, but it is going to be Kicks. Really has nothing else to play for other than just pride.
Which means that they could go for something insane.
Well, I mean, the bans aren't really insane coming in from both teams. The minor ban, understandable for Martin and Dio Stitch, and Lampo is going to be banning one of the most highly valued structures that we have right now in this current meta with the Tombstone. So it is a little bit more understandable. Chaos Theory is still going with that Alternator Theory, seemingly the right answer for them to go with. Has worked for them in certain games, but not today really against HQ.
Does mean maybe we could see something like the Royal Giant Skeleton coming through is going to be available. Had, you know, at least one of those components banned away in each of our 2v2 matches so far, but now that is going to be on the board, so maybe these squads decide to bring that out.
I mean, the Royal Hogs are very effective without the Tornado, so it is probably going to be Chaos Theory who's wanting to play that in the 2v2 and maybe even in the 1v1, so makes a lot of sense to play that. Still a very, very strong card if you do choose to use it. So a little bit sad that we're not going to get the Electro Dragon. We didn't get any confirmation from our producers that we're going to get it literally announced just about a couple hours.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're probably going to have to wait until Season 3 or so to have the Electro Dragon in the mix there.
We might just get it next week. I mean, we get pretty well updated rosters in terms of the card list for newly
I feel like you probably want to provide a little bit more time of preparation for that, especially with playoffs on the horizon.
Yeah, you know, we saw the Rascal being introduced literally 2 days after release on competitive play, so we've seen a lot crazier things. We talk about crazy things all day today, Achilles, and I want to see the Electro Dragon, and maybe we'll get to see it next week.
I guess that's what, you know, maybe that's what really separates the best of the best here from
I guess so.
The mediocre players. You got to be able to learn where these new cards can be plugged into a deck and have it be the most effective.
And for that example, we are the 4K scrubs that we are in terms of trophy count, but these guys are 6K in legend.
I think getting 4.6 just about. I think I could probably hit 5, but here we go. That's going to be the combo coming out onto that top right side. Royal Giant going to be getting several hits in. Inferno Dragon just going to be cleaning up that first Giant Skeleton. Bob coming down.
Very, very clean on that
1500, but now you got to stop this push.
Really easy. Just put out another Giant Skeleton that will get rid of every single unit right now. And even that balloon, not the best of choice if you are Kicks there. Why you send out the balloon if you know the Giant Skeleton was going to get there in time?
Yeah.
A little bit confusing for me. Maybe this is the reason why they're last place.
You know, it's just, you know, cracking under the pressure sometimes. It happens to the best of us. Towers to help clean up these guards. Baby Dragon pushing in.
Good. Again, you're going to see the graveyard here. Going to have the poison accordingly on defense. JT being careless, not going to be too threatened by this scenario. Even that Lumberjack is going to be caught on by this Giant Skeleton. Now we'll have some travel time along with it. So really not getting nothing done if you are Kicks on this one, and you're going to see the Giant Skeleton once again make the explosion onto this play, and this Royal Giant will be supported. Going to be getting a couple shots through. Oh.
Actually none, yeah.
Wow. Really?
Nada on that one. The Inferno Dragon's still there. The bat's going to be thrown down to try to deal with it. But those bats are going to get cleaned up very swiftly with the help of that Electro Wizard just constantly be chaining through, catching one of them.
And the death damage from the Giant Skeleton still serving them well in terms of Chaos Theory getting the most value out of those. Well, we will see if DL Stitch and Martin come back from this one, because for the meantime, the best of showings for what they were able to do. They were going to get double elixir. Kind of wonder if DL Stitch and Martin has something in sleep for us.
The Graveyard going to be thrown down to the bottom left side. The Poison is going to be there. Just constantly just hold that in the inventory.
We'll see.
Save that for that situation alone.
Shots coming in. Mechanicar doing well on defense, and not going to relate too much, but this right side is what's important right now, and this Giant Skeleton and this Royal Giant still rushing in very quickly, and you can see another situation where the Tombstone really doesn't get much done, and this Giant Skeleton is going to get one shot through, and see what happens from here.
Royal unable to do a whole lot there, but they are winning the chip war. The Graveyard going to be coming down. Inferno and the Dragon and the Tower to go ahead and kill the Giant Skeleton. Now the Dragon's just going to go ahead and pay attention to the Balloon. The Bat's going to be coming through, but going to be already a bit too late there. So Balloon Bomb going to get dropped a ways away.
I can see this cannon car almost connect to the tower, but it's not going to get there in time. So altogether, it is 1264 on the right for Kicks, and on the left for Chaos Theory, it's going to be 1797 at the moment. We're going to see another series of push if we can get that 1264 a little bit lower here.
Inferno latched on. Fireball coming out will push it away and break the chain. But now just going to go ahead and pay attention to that. Royal Giant bombs coming down.
Ooh.
Giant Skeleton over onto the left side. Inferno going to be dropped in. The Balloon's going to be present as well. Snowball interrupts.
Okay. You can see this Balloon rush in here, and oh, the Zap is going to be
Zap
through
clears
this.
the bats.
Oh,
it's going to get a hit in.
no!
199.
Double drop. That's it.
That's it.
Oh, my word.
What a turnaround.
Oh, my. Achilles, this happened.
Wow. Wow. Putting it on the board. A wonderful balloon push coming through. Kicks.
Oh, man.
They get the victory there.
DL Stitch and Martin. We know they didn't have much to play for, but literally, if Pride was the only thing they were playing for, they definitely got that one with that one.
I mean, the other teams are watching on right now. AHQ is there watching this happen.
AHQ literally Kicks right now.
You can see the grins on their faces. They know that if Kicks can just take this away.
It is Kicks versus it is Chaos Theory versus the world right now, and that is a sad feeling if you are literally just playing for a playoff right, and you're gonna be just cheered against you by every other team right now. We see right now in this team. Oh man, that balloon came out of nowhere. We're gonna see the Goblin Barrel to start things off, and yeah, the Fire Spirit taking care of this Goblin Barrel to start things off. We'll see. The deck was brought by JTV and Careless. It seems like with the Fire Spirit kind of hits to it, that's gonna be another Royal Giant deck.
Wizard gonna be here this time. We already see the Giant Skeleton coming down, matching.
Yes, over that. He probably supported right now. This Goblin coming through, and this Goblin Barrel is going to get free hits.
Log coming down already. This tower's taking a lot of damage. That Royal Giant just firing away.
No. Oh,
Finally, we'll be able to clear it out, but man, look at that. Absolutely huge for Kicks. Making that tower out to 636. Push.
They have to equal that right now. If they don't, this is trouble city if you are JTV Careless. And oh boy, this is not good.
Yeah, one shot. Go ahead, burn them out. Goblin Barrel harassing to the back. The guards go to the left side only, so they still even get a couple stabs in onto that tower.
But look at that. I mean, they didn't have the logs for Chaos Theory, and you gotta have 2 logs available in your deck just in case of situations like this, but they didn't expect the Goblin Barrel deck from DL Stitch and Martin, and they are not suffering. Every time the log goes out, the second Goblin Barrel comes through, and that's easy damage, adding on to this pressure that has been implemented already.
Poison coming down, just get rid of that Tombstone and redirect that.
Oh, wow.
Royal Giant over, but it's already too late. He's gonna get popped. Bomb will drop, but nothing to hit. Minion's going to get cleaned up, so still advantage to Kicks, looking to close us out with a 2-0 in the 2v2 round.
Right now, we are seeing the scenario.
And they replicate it.
Goblin Barrel.
Tower.
They have the log.
This is actually huge for them. Lockdown on both sides here. Electro Wizard does interrupt for a little bit here as the Royal Giants are pushing up. Gets only one shot. Goblin Barrel coming down. They stab him. 85.
One
It's
spell
going to be
away.
remaining as the guards get cleaned up.
Yeah, that's a situation where you're really looking for something big for Diostage and Martin. Now have to put on the defense, but it seems that they got it pretty well, nicely done. This explosion comes through, so this is a good chance for this Royal Giant to get things done, and still gonna get it down to 1250, but kind of we know that this is not gonna be good enough.
They have to get that kill. One spell, a couple more stabs coming out of this Goblin Barrel, which has no response to it. The tower is going to fall, and now it's 10 seconds remaining as they
Infernal
desperately
tower.
try to get over onto this Princess Tower here in the top left.
That's it.
And they just cannot do it. Kicks
Oh my.
shutting them down.
I think it started with that balloon push onto that last minute of that game one, which kind of transitioned into a further pressure for everybody cheering against Chaos Theory right now. It's not really nothing to do with favorites, but it is in terms of true standings right now where Chaos Theory...
That actually might have, that win, I could be incorrect, that win might have actually put AHQ into second place.
I think it did.
I'm pretty sure it did.
I have to check the conditions here just to make sure everything is in order, but the only way, right now head-to-head, AHQ has the lead over Chaos Series, so if they come to a complete tie in terms of sets and all that, it will be AHQ going through because they've already beaten Chaos Theory in previous matches, and that will be good enough for them to get that through. But we are going to be not jumping in conclusions for now. We're going to be just waiting things through just to we get a confirmed finalization in terms of Benzerido. Can he get the win through? Can he get a win over towards Chaos Theory? Because if they lose right now, yes, that will confirm their situation of not making it to second place altogether. So Benzerido, I mean, he's been a big player, making the big plays, but he needs to make the biggest of plays right now in this 1v1 game.
That he does. Go ahead and see Lampo coming in. 4 kicks. How he is going to be able to fare. Pretty big trophy discrepancy, and you know, not the greatest 1v1 record here for this guy, but kicks overall, you know, have been suffering.
Lampo has had it better in terms of his Season 1 performances. His uprise as the super rookie of that time, and in Season 2, his big innings were looking very, very fruitful in later parts of the season, where he kind of suffered into that 6 losses that eventually came through. So Benzerido wants to punish this kid once again because Lampo, he's looking to shut them down, and everybody else will be cheering him on as they're probably looking for the kicks victory at the moment.
Okay, opening things up. Zap is thrown down. Giant to push up the left for Benzerido.
That will connect.
Yep.
That's
a lot
bad.
of damage in. Our Prince almost getting taken down as well. He's going to be paying attention to that Mega Minion. They'll get cleared out, but yeah, very swift, 500 some odd damage almost onto that tower.
Dark Prince will not connect. The Mega Minion will not connect. The swipe, it gets 1 swipe through, so it's a bit important as we're going to see the Giant get about 2 punches through. So we will see this counter push coming from Lampo. It has to be very, very important. It's how you connect this through.
Electro just respond to that Inferno, knows that he can't let that latch onto the tower. It already burned the zap.
Be pretty good value with the Barbarial. Barbarial along with Inferno Dragon as they come through.
Got Barbarial, that would be terrifying. A graveyard spawn on towers, but it's all barbarians instead of skeletons.
Oh man. Supercell, new idea for you guys. It's right there.
I want royalties for that.
That's mine. That's mine. Quit stealing stuff away from me as you do.
You named it.
As you do every day.
I explained it.
That's how you always take my things.
All right, Zap coming down and interrupting that Inferno Dragon again, but the Giant just doesn't stand a chance with all this damage. He's not going to make it anywhere near that tower. Electro Wizard coming down to help out.
I mean, the Zappies are in 2 front. I mean, you have to make sure this Prince doesn't get in check, and you're just throwing away units right now just to slow down this Prince, and eventually you're wasting a lot of elixir. You can see Benzerido so far ahead in terms of elixir.
Spinning where he can. And has been able to stabilize a bit here.
Good timing on that one to make sure that Splashdown does not reach the tower, and we will see a pretty heavy push from the opposite end, and we will look at this, the Zap coming through, and that will stop an Infernal Dragon from stopping the planes here, but the Giant will still go down.
punish, though. Mega Minion able to clean that up, gets a lot of damage in onto that Lumberjack. Will pass right before he gets to that tower, and the Rage is not going to be benefiting anything.
And Zappies will be needed right there, but the Fireball will get things away. They're going to just continue on with that. The Royal goes going down, and look at this push. That did not charge the way into the tower, but still 15-11 looks a lot better for Benzerito as he can just finish off this push. See, with the Giants still putting a lot of pressure.
Goes forward. That gets away. And going in onto that
The
Giant.
log was beautiful onto that battle ramp just to make sure it does not get the charge through. It's a good fireball from the other end from Lampo, but what does he have for defense right now?
Goes out the Inferno. Dark Prince backing up here. Minion also going to be rolling
That's
through.
bad.
That's going to be the charge hitting. And now they're both going to be directed in onto that tower. 425. That should just about be it. One more shot is all it needs. And the fireball will be flying through Benzerito to be able to take the game.
Very, very easy win for Benzerito as he really just had the deck advantage more than anything else. And banning out the Tombstone really hurt Lampo in that instance, because imagine if he had the Tombstone to reel in the Prince every time. Even that Giant reeling that in could have done a lot of work for those 3 elixirs. So banning out against his own loss. So that's kind of what happens for Lampo in this game 1. See if he brings a better deck after this game 2. But you can see that the rest of Chaos, they're really cheering on it. That's helping Benzerito to get everything that he needs so he can get the victory right here.
Well, what changes are going to be had? For now, just going to be building up. We'll see how long these guys are going to sit. No, actually, Benzer right now, he's not going to be sitting on his elixir for very long.
Could be a mortar deck for both teams, actually. Yeah, it's going to be the Goblin gang along with the Spear Goblin. Kind of hinted that's going to be the mortar deck. Benzerito confirmed. That's going to be another mortar deck for Lamp. I was exactly right, Achilles.
Yeah. Identify that one instantly.
Really easy when you see.
Some back and forth. Isn't this engaging to watch?
But you know what it is, though? These 2 players are very, very famously known for their mortar play. So to have them go up against each other and to see who is the better mortar player, as you can see, pretty much a mirror play with the Spear Gun, with the Goblin Gang, with the mortar down the Rascals. These 2 players definitely know what they're doing.
Miner going to get cleared out. Really able to take one swing.
It's a good Goblin Gang from the other side, though. Save his log for Lampo. Just what his better options are in the future. Let's get the miner, get a few connections there.
Mortar's going to be thrown down. Shot going to be taken by Lampo. Goblin's pushing up, however. Hoping to eliminate it.
Spear Goblin is doing a lot of work.
Go down basically at the same time with 1 Spear Goblin remaining.
He's going to get that 1 spear onto the tower too, so it's about game of inches in terms of these matchups, and we will see if Lampo can benefit from his log right now, and Spear Goblin is obviously out in that term, and this Rascal Girl is not going to get too much done onto the right side.
Another push out, the Goblins are there to help take it down. Fireball is to be drawn out.
Yeah, value. If you are Lampo on that one, gets down the Rascal Girl along with the entire Goblin Gang. And see defensive mortar again, as we see an offensive one kind of switched over by Benzerito. So it's about switching between that defensive and the offensive mortar to see what the best options are. And one mess up, that's going to really kill it for the play.
Drawn out Spear Goblins. Go ahead and respond to the miner. Gets a little bit of damage in so far. Relatively close, but still to Benzerito's advantage here for now, just as far as the math is concerned. Especially with how many hits that miner just got in on the top right side.
It's very important. We're going to switch the offensive to the defensive for both players now. And this Mega Minion, not the Mega Minion, but the Minion Horde is going to be coming out to play. It's going to be countered right back by a Mega Minion Horde of his own for Benzerito.
Logs coming through, just clearing out the Goblins. The mortar going to be coming down. Defensive's going to be there to intercept. This could honestly time out.
Could.
This could go for 3 minutes.
It really could. And we're looking towards just switching, who gets the better mortar in the end should really tell the story. And continual chip damage will come through for both players. And these fireballs, these miners, anything to make sure you get those couple hundred damage each time it's through for the summons. That should be good enough for them to finish out the game. You do say 3 minutes is what we're looking for, but that's great log value getting out the Spear Goblins along with the Goblin Gang with that one log.
Both mortars insanely close. be the Spear Goblins as opposed to the Rascals coming through for Benzer right now. The Fireball going to be invested as the Mortars get ready to collapse. They will get taken out. Goblin getting to respond to the Spear Goblins here. Log will just go ahead and eliminate them. This is
Ooh, that's
close.
a bad situation to summon those minion horde for Lampo. You gotta wait for that miner to make it to move first, and it would have been a lot better in terms of using that minion horde just a little bit later. Now, what do they have to answer this for Lampo?
An advantage, the Fireball coming through. If you can keep that Mortar alive to get some hits onto the tower.
Now, I would have to say,
Log coming down.
In this situation, I think it was that minion horde that really made all the difference right there. And we will see how much of that affects the play here. And this miner's going to be coming in. Defensive miner on the other end. So really misses out on a golden opportunity for Benzer Riddle to finish off this game.
Yeah, very rough look for him having to use that defensively. Would love to have gotten a couple hits in. The 577 HP tower. Log to come out. 3 remaining.
That's a 3 elixir just gone right there with summoning that out to kind of rival out the Rascals and the Mortar now. And we will see this minion horde kind of get...
Miners in the back, the Fireball comes down.
Yep,
164, he's got it.
That's it.
Yep, one more swing. So right out, able to go ahead and pick up that game win. Keeping things very close.
Abruptly summoning those minion hordes for Lampo 2 times in a row now, and then really not waiting for his opponent to react first, and that's going to be a situation where it's a little bit rushed, but it's still going to give over the win towards Chaos Theory in the end. And Benzerito gets that 1v1 victory. Now we're going to get to our first King of the Hill of the night here, and you'll be able to experience that with the fullness of it. And right now, it is Chaos Theory literally fighting for their lives, because although Kix has really nothing else to play for, Chaos Theory are still in line of having the chance to try to make it into that second place spot. They definitely can do it with the King of the Hills. We'll see how the final result pans out, but for the meantime, we are getting very excited for that King of the Hills.
Yeah, it's a good bounce back. I mean, I got to see, the first time I was here, I think we had all 3 matches went to King of the Hill, actually.
That's a long broadcast.
It was a very long broadcast, but, you know, it's okay. We can have a King of the Hill. We've been live for about an hour and a half. We can afford to go in for a series like this.
There you go. The sense of positivity there from Mr. Achilles. That's good stuff. And we are looking at the lineup. Got to see about 5 seconds of it, and I missed it. Did you see who was in the lineup?
No, I kind of flipped right through it very swiftly, so.
It was 5 seconds literally of showing. And Benzerito, we know he's the first one up. It tells us in the screen right there. And it's been looking pretty good in the King of the Hills, winning 8, losing 4. So winning a lot more than he's been losing. So it's going to be DL Stitch on the other end. Not necessarily the best in terms of the King of the Hill record so far.
Definitely not. But, you know, he is their 2v2 prowess player. Seems like they just kind of want to kick things off with him. And then, you know, if they need to rely on Lampo and Dylan to seal the deal to get those victories in the end, then I guess that's where they're going to, you know, rest their chips and hope that they hit black or red, whichever they're betting on, or 0, or 00.
You know, these terms, there's these analogy that you're providing.
This is roulette, Joel.
It doesn't help me.
I'm talking about roulette.
You're talking to a Korean living in Korea, and you're making analogies.
That's
on
true. You're not able to gamble.
Yes. Thank
sometimes,
you for that one.
Sometimes I forget these things, all right?
You remind me of my sadness.
You've been to China. You've been to casinos in China.
Too busy eating food. There's delicious food over there, by the way. But we are going to get to a tombstone-filled match on this King of the Hill, because it actually has it in play. It's going to do a pretty good job of starting off this game. And literally, when you have nothing else to play, when you're starting out, just put that tombstone and get 3 elixirs, and it keeps it going.
Fireball out.
Yeah. That fireball would have been very, very much needed. And look at Benzerito is going to get so much value off of this. Without a fireball, the Royal Hogs look very, very dangerous.
I mean, that's the thing. You know, you fireball out, you get rid of the Magic Archer, but now you're down to 1,500. So a bit of a botch, you know, too early on the call to try to get that fireball. I understand it. You want to kill off the minion, the card. You also want to go ahead and get some damage onto the tower at the same time, but just give a massive opening over to Benzer right now. So
literally, you have to say that fireball every single time if you know the opponent has the Royal Hogs in play. And it is a fireball bait deck for Benzerito to make sure he bets out anything in play here. And we're going to see the Battle Ram being supported right now. And we're going to see this good long coming into play. Really not much to happen here.
Okay, Hog split.
They have fireball now. Not going to use it because it's split on two, so I think that will not be worth it on that one.
So a couple hundred more. Bat's not going to be able to do anything here. Baby Dragon gonna get caught up by that Hunter.
Okay, we're gonna see what continues from all this, and this Archer's gonna be split up, and Archer is a very interesting choice. We don't see this many times played, so we're gonna see this Goblin Gang supporter right now, and these Barbaro is gonna do a good job, and you're gonna see another series of Royal Hawks push split onto two sides, and has to support a lot of cards in terms of trying to defend against that one.
Here, Magic Archer is still going to be alive. Ghost going to be getting drawn over to the side.
Yeah, that Magic Archer is getting a lot of work. Then you can see just right from the back, doing everything to get rid of everything inside. Even that.
Shots in, yeah, but now P.E.K.K.A going to have to be dealt with. Tombstone to get dropped.
It's very easy. If you have a Tombstone and trying to get rid of this P.E.K.K.A should be pretty easy. If you are Benzerido, let's see if he can handle this pressure right now. This Magic Archer helping out, but look at that P.E.K.K.A distracted all day long by the Skeleton's jump summoning from the Tombstone. You know how that's the effective way to get things done.
50 remaining. The poison going to be coming down. Looking for those hits from the Hogs.
Need one poison away. Really even not needed. In terms of if you can get the damage on with the next series of Royal Hawk, that should be good enough. But Benzerido, you're feeling extremely comfortable right now, because even with all this, your tower is so healthy on both sides.
Yep, more Hogs coming out. Fireball just to get rid of that Archer. And the poison will hit at 57 HP. So there you have it. Benzerido picking up the victory.
That looked too easy for Benzerido, and understandably not being a 1v1 prowess player for DL Stitch. You will see him struggle against Benzerido on that plane. Not necessarily the best of matchups for DL Stitch. Still, it made it look a lot worse for Benzerido, making that dominance really come into fruition.
It's also a huge discrepancy, I believe, in the rank of both of these players. As far as the trophies are concerned, I think Benzerido is going to be well above 6,000, and DL Stitch comes into this one around like a 5,800 as well.
And we see the plus and minuses of both players. You can see that basically if Benzerido was to play in a 2v2, I don't think he would beat DL Stitch in that matchup, because DL Stitch, even though he's not the better of 1v1 player, the 2v2 strength is something that we cannot look down on. So
it's a very different playstyle.
It is. And so we're going to see Lampo very much a 1v1 player, see if he can get another chance for him to get a win against Benzerido, which he didn't get last time around, which was the reason why in the King of the Hills in the first place. Here, Achilles?
Well, here we are. Can he ride it through? Can he just go ahead and pick up those 3 straight wins?
He needs it. Lampo really cannot hand it off to his next teammate to hope that they win this game. So Benzerido, I think he really wants to come out as the first man, trying to all clear the rest of his opponents in. That does include Lampo, so we will see him play.
Well, it's at least good news for Lampo, because now the Tombstone's not banned away.
Sure. And but last time around, he banned it himself, so
I know.
it is a situation
It
where
came back to bite him in the bum though. So there you go. Now it's got
it.
He's got it in the deck. So
why did he ban it if he was going to use it in the first place? Still confusing me to this day, Helios. The Hunter here, so it's going to be another Royal Hawks deck. Lampo. Benzerido. Ooh, he's got the barb cycle. This is a siege deck we've seen become very trendy in the Grand Challenges in a couple of days' time, especially with the Rage Challenge that came through most recently. And we will see this Flying Machine supplement these Barbarians with these Royal Hogs. That is a very heavy push. If you don't have a Fireball, which Lampo doesn't, you are not looking very well.
Yeah, that Royal Ghost is going to help try to clean up some of it with the AoE swipes.
That's a lot of Barbarians on that left tower. Look at that.
Yeah, 2 more on the way, plus Ghost.
Oh, that's ugly.
This is looking like it's already maybe over.
That's ugly. That Royal Ghost is still well and alive, and that tower's gone. That's disgusting.
Yeah. Still minute 14, but Lampo now very much on the back foot is going to have to try to engineer a double tower take.
Yeah. Speaking of, taking 3 men down at the same time, Lampo is worried about that step 1, which is to beat Benzerido, but looking very difficult right now. And a Fireball in a perfect position. Oh, look at that. Even splitting the Musketeers into the wrong direction. You do not want that. That's a good value log. And this Magic Archer gets so much done here, Achilles.
decent amount of damage, chunk below half HP, but
Yeah.
for their trouble, those Three Musketeers not really going to be able to do anything. Well-placed fireball.
And even look at that, the second Barb Hut comes through, kind of telling us that this is a scenario where Benzerito, oh, that hurts.
Yep.
If you see
Now
four
you,
elixirs.
now you just leave them alone. The Princess Towers take care of them, or just throw a log out like that.
Oh my word. That hurts. I mean, every time we see the fireball come upon all three Muskies, you're not feeling it well. And we're going to see this Royal Ghost continue to put in pressure just to make sure that Lampo cannot focus simply on one side. And that should be the biggest of GG. Even a BM fireball at the end for Benzerito. And that's all it takes, Achilles. One more match left to go for Benzerito to really take this team by the horns and hard carry them to a Chaos Theory victory.
He's working on it.
Yeah.
He really is. So one more to go. So Dylan gonna be the final boss, I guess, if we want to call it that.
Is it Dylan?
I believe so.
Because that would be bad news for Kicks, because Dylan's not really great.
I guess it could be Martin.
I would hope that's Martin.
Well, let's find out.
It's Dylan.
It's Dylan.
No! Last time Dylan played 1v1, it wasn't the best of showings.
I can see that.
Yeah, you don't really need the replays to really show you that.
He's never been able to pick up a victory in King of the Hill. So here you go, Dylan. He is high. He has more trophies than the last two players.
Goes to show you that trophies aren't everything.
Actually, he might have had less than Lampo. I don't really remember what Lampo had.
But you know what doesn't matter though.
Yeah, I know. That's not the most important thing.
It is very important that regardless of whether he has more or less trophies than Lampo, he is not as good as Lampo.
Well, let's see what he's got. There must be some sort of reason.
Are we up for a big surprise? Or yeah, look at that. Fly machine, sure. Poison. Okay, he doesn't have the fireball, which makes this matchup very tough for Dylan. Fireball in this deck to help out. Look at that, Royal Hog's gonna get so much. Even with the poison in play, Dylan is not gonna get so much out of this.
It's a couple hits in.
I'm pretty worried for Dylan.
So far, he's got the advantage though. That poison did more damage.
You know what it is though? He doesn't have a fireball, and that pretty much tells us a story that this will be a tough matchup. You're summoning the Golem onto the same side as the P.E.K.K.A. What are you thinking, Dylan? Tell me, Achilles. Enlighten me.
I'm waiting to see what else he's got in his deck here.
You're summoning the Golem in the same side as the P.E.K.K.A.
I was thinking maybe he was going to have some really eclectic card selected.
You don't say you. He just literally suicided his Golem. I don't know if that's even a word. You can't past tense of suicide, but he committed suicide with his Golem. And now he's losing a lot of elixirs right now because he has to summon the flying machine that will eventually die out very soon. And this Royal Ghost gets a hit on the left side. And Benzerito slowly, he will collect all these advantages. And these Royal Hogs, one's going to get to the tower, and these logs are coming through with the Spar Barrel. It's not going to get there in time. Look at that. Damage done. On to the left side. Easy.
Yeah, 1,700. Skeleton's just going to get cleaned up. And there's the barrel. Barb's going to go their separate ways. One swing, two swing. So 1430 remaining here, top left. And again, the P.E.K.K.A. of course is going to have to be thrown down into the same lane here to match the Golem.
Get the Skeletons to get the job done, but this Magic Archer is going to avoid the poison damage and going to make sure those little bats are gone and over with each time they are summoned. And seriously, no defense. That's really on the side of Benzerito. That's really not working out for him. Everything is working out, and this P.E.K.K.A. is just a complete turnover for him to face up against Dylan's Golem.
Mega Minion just trying desperately to get over towards the tower to get a hit. It's not going to be able to happen. The Hogs pushing forward, going to go ahead and clear out that Tombstone. Two Hogs in onto the top left. As that Golem tries to reach this tower here into the bottom right. He'll get a couple hits in.
Okay. These bats, though, Will they connect?
Decent bit of work.
Yeah.
Magic Archer cleaning some of them out. 267. Suddenly, Dylan.
He almost won.
Can he get this upset? Needs to cycle
Oh
some poisons
my.
through, I suppose.
Tombstone.
Hogs
Anything.
pushing forward. Bar barrels
Oh
coming out. The Tombstone
my.
intercepts. The
Oh.
Hogs shifting back over. Magic Archer not getting any poke damage in.
Offensive
Hogs gonna get
poison.
cleared out.
Oh,
Flying Machine is
good.
here.
Flying Machine, that's a good Flying Machine. And we're going to see this Magic Archer getting one hit. But not going to be good enough here, Achilles. We're going to see this Barbaro just survive to the end. Literally all he needs, Dylan, is just a couple of rotations of spell. 2 poison should be more than enough to get the job done. So all of a sudden he gets himself to a situation, but this inputting pressure onto the left side doesn't even give him a chance here. Benzerito putting on the pressure now.
2 Hogs left alive, but not even going to get the head hit in. It's so very close. 155 here at the end. The Magic Archer going to get taken down. The Flying Machine able to finish him off. Now it's going to be very close. Golem over on the right-hand side going super aggro.
Why did he put the Golem?
He's got to go all in onto this
Oh
top left.
no! That Golem was the tomb.
And there it is. The final swing from the Ghost.
Dylan.
That's the pressure he can get under in these moments.
Dylan!
So close. So very close to taking it down, but he can't get it in the end. Benzerito able to go ahead and get the 3 straight wins. Joel is tilted, which is great. And
Golem? That was his last play.
Golem, not Gollum. Gollum is the character from Lord of the Rings.
Golem! He put the Golem at the end.
He did. If he had a fireball to deal with the Hogs, then it would have been no problem.
Yeah. I mean, 2 poisons was all it took for Dylan to finish off the game, but
好的，我是
my
今天
tilt
的
is
赛
off
后访
later.
问
But
主
we're
持
going to talk
人
about the
那
interview
首先
because
一
we're
样
going to
是
get
要
to
恭喜
them and
KS
to
成功地
see
赢得了
what
这
Chaos
次
Theory
比赛，
thinks about their
也是
victory.
得到了外卡赛的资格。
First of all, congratulations for winning this match and gain the opportunity to the wild card.
对，那这边的话，想要来问一下 Chaos Theory 的第一个问题，就是你们在前面9月份打得这么好，但后续来到了这个分区区内赛是败给了 Bren Esports 跟 AHQ， 而在后来又是成功的把自己的阵脚稳住，赢下 Chaos Theory。对于这一连串的历程，有没有一个感想呢？
So over the past 9 months, you did quite well, but later on you lost to Bren Esports and HQ, and then you won over Chaos Theory. So anything to say about it?
Dia bilang pertama kita menang terus kayak waktu di Korea, terus sekarang minggu lalu kita kalah sama Bren, tadi kalah sama AHQ juga, tapi akhirnya bisa menang lawan Kicks. Ada komen buat topik itu.
Yang pertama-tama saya dan tim saya sangat mengucap syukur kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Esa karena atas berkat dan tuntunannya sehingga hari ini kita bisa meraih kemenangan dan juga kalah tadi. Saya juga berterima kasih kepada teman-teman semua yang ada di Indonesia, kelas Indonesia yang telah mendukung saya dan tim saya. Salam juga buat keluarga. Terus yang tim saya dan tim saya kalah kemarin mungkin itu karena kesalahan dan ada beberapa komunikasi yang cukup tidak baik sehingga kita kalah, dan pada hari ini kita belajar dari kekalahan sehingga kita bisa menjadi pemenang.
So first of all, we'd like to thank all our fans and friends and family that have supported us all this way. And yesterday or the last week we lost, and against AHQ as well, maybe because of communication errors. We just tried our best to learn from our errors, keep improving, and we got the win today.
好，那首先的话，当然就是我必须要感谢一路这样走来的时候，所有的一些粉丝啊，我们的家人啊、朋友啊，他们一路上的支持哦。那第二部分的话，就是当然之前的时候我们输给了 HQ 的部分，那这是我们沟通上面的失误，我们也从中汲取教训，然后好好的调整，最后才能走到今天。
好的，那紧接着就要来问一下是第二个问题了。想问一下 Chaos Theory， 就你们目前已经成功的晋级到了外卡赛，那对于后续的不论是外卡赛，或是季后赛，或是全球总决赛，有没有一些自己想要达成的目标呢？
Now that you gained the ticket to the wild card, what do you say, or what do you think about any preparation for the final and even for the grand final?
Sekarang kita udah lanjut ke wildcard. Ada pemikiran atau feeling apa buat wildcard dan buat kalau kita lanjut ke final dan world final?
Sebelumnya untuk tiket wildcard, ini adalah sebuah hal yang luar biasa. Ini adalah hal yang kita impikan dari Season 1. Walaupun ini terasa sangat berat, tetapi akhirnya kita bisa mendapatkannya karena kita saling percaya. Dan persiapan kita sangatlah banyak, terutama dari 2 minggu terakhir ketika kita bertemu dengan tim Bren dan AEQ, di mana di situ terlihat bahwa ternyata sangat sulit bermain ini, dan apalagi nanti di wildcard. Tapi kita akan terus mencoba dan kita akan belajar, benar-benar belajar dari kekurangan kita, terutama di 2v2, dan kita juga akan belajar lebih giat untuk mendapatkan hasil yang terbaik, dan kita percaya untuk mendapatkan hasil yang terbaik juga di playoff nanti. Kita bisa sampai playoff.
So it's amazing that we feel really great to be in the wild card. It's been a goal of ours as a team since the beginning of the season, and even though it's been challenging the past few matches, we worked hard. We managed to get in, and right now all we're thinking about is improving from our mistakes and trying our best in our playoffs to go as far as we can.
第一个当然就是觉得说我们能够今天得到外卡赛的资格，感到非常的惊奇，也是非常开心的。这一路走来，其实这是我们希望在赛季里面一开始就设定的目标，有机会进去到后面。但是呢，这一路上其实非常的辛苦。我们学到就是相信自己的直觉，然后努力的好好的打好每一场比赛。那也希望最后能够在后面我们的季后赛能够取得胜利。
好的，那一样是。
Okay, so based on the interview,
They
I
did it.
guess they made it.
They did it. Yep, they have made it through. So that's going to give them. What are they at now? 9 and 5.
9 and 5.
9
I
and
believe.
5 is
Yep.
going to be their record. Yeah, AHQ needed, I guess, to win against Bren Esports at the beginning in order to be able
We're gonna
to
wait for the standings.
try to tie that up, I
will
think.
tell us
Yeah.
who made it and who made it not.
I don't have a pen, so I haven't been able to write anything down.
That's your excuse.
Yes.
Okay.
It's easier to visualize it rather than to try to track
Mm-hmm.
all the different standings in my head
You
simultaneously.
know, they give us the paper, and to be honest, I don't know what this says. They tell us the kind of win conditions of everything is sort of secret through, but I'm
You
gonna wait
should
for
know
the
what it says. It's in Korean.
I'm gonna wait for the table, and I'm gonna find out who made it and who did not make it, because
Well,
Bren
here's the
Esports
results.
got the victory. It seems like AHQ won 1 and lost 1, and KS3 just the same, losing and winning on that match 2 and 3 respectively. Kicks eventually being the 4th place team, not really having any chance to make it to the playoffs, to lose out. So we will see how the standings look forward in terms of Southeast Asia. Finally confirmed as to the final standings of this region, and everything will be finalized for them before they head into playoffs. So it is going to be Bren Esports probably going to make it, as he already said in the interview, and Chaos 3 going to make it some way or another, and we'll see how that turns out to play. And Chaos 3 is going to be 2nd place, 9 and 5, and AHQ was actually going to be game short, 8 and 6 on the day here, Achilles.
Yeah. So if AHQ was able to take down Bren Esports at the start of the day, then that would have been absolutely huge for them. Would have been able to, very likely taken that lead there and been in that 2nd place spot. But unfortunately, they're unable to do so. So Chaos Theory will go ahead, lock down that wild card spot. And there's just one more. Looks like that has to be decided, and that's going to be from the Korean region.
Yep, that's what it is, and seems like even with FOB Gaming, if they do lose out on Sunday, it really shouldn't matter, because it is going to be about this next region, which hasn't looked the best in terms of this entire season. Korea, with Kings and Dragon X kind of at the top, but not looking at the top in terms of any type of manner against the other teams from Southeast Asia nor Japan. So even if they win tomorrow on Sandbox and they do get into playoffs in time, I think they have to worry about that step 2, which is going to be facing up against other teams from Southeast Asia and Japan.
That's thinking way too far ahead. You got to focus on the first match here. Sandbox is the 2nd place team in the region at the moment. Kings and Dragon X need to come out swinging in that first match. And then if they get that victory in, great. Then they don't really have to be too concerned about the results between Sandbox and OG and Entis. But if they lose that first series, then they have to be really hoping that OG and Entis is going to be able to take down Sandbox and have that upset victory. They've got 3 on the season, 9 losses otherwise, so has not been a good look for them. So you really don't want to have to put your faith in that squad to carry you into that first place spot.
It's pretty short. If Kings wins tomorrow, that they will confirm the first place position, so they don't have to worry about wildcards. They just go straight onto the seedings and being
then
that
you worry about the other regions teams.
There you go. I would start to worry if I was them because they didn't look so hot against them before.
Worry after you're qualified. That's the best way to do it.
I will wait. I will wait for my moment.
That's like you getting worried about people in 6,000 trophy range when you're at 4,600.
That's a good fair point. But that's going to be it for us with myself, Joey, Sophie, and along with Achilles. We were here for the very last time together, and you will see Achilles, I'm sure, in the future. I'm sure, but for the meantime, it was a good day for Southeast Asia, concluding our action for this region, and the day looks fantastic so far. We'll see how Chaos Theory and Bren Esports do in the playoffs once that time comes through. But that's going to be it for us, and we're going to see you guys back for Korea tomorrow, so we'll see you then.